Recently, I've been getting emails about a content creator by the name of Ultimate Black Man. Now, of course, I know this particular person from YouTube because he has the same name, Ultimate Black Man Radio. That's the only difference. And of course, I've even done a show with him maybe 2 or 3 years ago. You know, he's a nice guy. I don't have any issue with him. However, I have noticed a change in his content. Now, of course, he used to roll with Nicole Inner Beauty Michelle, that YouTube channel. Shout out to her. But I don't know what happened, if they are still cool or not. I'm not sure. But I do know that his content is much different than when I've met him. And now he's talking about things like the passport bro community, how dusty black men are. Black men want to live a soft life too. You know, just a whole lot of content that sort of caters towards women, and not really as much as men before. Now, again, I haven't watched all of his videos, so I don't know if he's being a little bit more balanced. But when I'm looking at his content on TikTok, it does seem very heavily catered towards a female audience. So I want to kind of play this kind of guy from the Manosphere who kind of changed positions. I want to play the first video about passport bros being undesirables, and then I want to play this video about him saying that passport bros live in a state of delusion.
All right, passport bros, step into my office real quick. Listen, I know that most of you guys have Peter Pan syndrome and y'all really don't want to grow up, and you guys like to live in this world of delusion. But here's a news flash for you fellas. The women are not mad that you guys are going overseas and basically participating in prostitution. What sisters are irritated about is that you go overseas and trick your money off, and you're coming back home harassing sisters and telling them that they're undesirable. These women don't really care that y'all are going overseas and basically being tricks and simps, because y'all aren't desirable anyway. Most men who participate in the passport movement are undesirable. I know y'all gonna come on here trolling me, mad, but facts are facts. So let's stop these false narratives in 2023. You know, this is a really good question, and quite simply put, a lot of these dudes live in a perpetual state of delusion. I say this in a lot of my videos. I know y'all hear me say that, perpetual state of delusion. But these dudes live in fantasy land for real. A lot of these passport simps think life is one big anime. They really believe that we're in Attack on Titan or Dragon Ball Z or something. They don't understand that we live in a system of global white supremacy. White supremacy is not exclusive to the United States. They always talking about Brazil, but Brazil was colonized by Portugal, which was a real superpower when they were colonizing countries. Great Britain wasn't the only colonial power, but a lot of these dudes don't pick up a history book and grab a clue.
So guys, let me kind of deal with this whole situation with, you know, these black men who are going overseas are undesirable. And black women don't care. They just care that, you know, they don't care that you're going over and just, you know, spending your money on prostitution. They just care that you're telling them that they're undesirable. And the truth is that these passport bro guys are undesirable. I don't know if the brother knows this, but most men in general, anywhere in the world, are most likely considered undesirable. That's about 8 or 9 out of 10 men. You have to be somewhat exceptional as a man, whether that means you were born, you know, very handsome or very tall, or you've worked very hard, or you're very intelligent, and you put yourself in such a position that women notice you. It is quite difficult to get women. That's just men all over the world. So whether they stayed in the United States or, you know, and just didn't say anything, it would still be undesirable. So that's most men in general. Okay. But then he also talks about black men living in a perpetual fantasy. I want to kind of talk about that. Like, you know, like black men, they don't know that this person he's responding to is that black men are tricking around the globe like the half of the planet is not anti-black. I think that, again, black men understand that the world is anti-black, but we're not dealing with racism here. So if that's why you see like, well, you know, these black men are going to Brazil or the DR, they understand that their racism exists there. We understand that. That's not addressing why the black man is going overseas. The black man is going overseas because he doesn't feel the value from a lot of the women in his own community for what he's trying to offer, or he doesn't feel like he's being respected. So that's the reason why. I don't think that anti-black has anything to do with it, because if, you know, I go over to another place that's anti-black, let's say like Germany, but I'm getting treated better by, you know, a black woman or a German woman or something like that, then that's what I'm going to deal with. That's what we're talking about here. And a lot of times when you see the sort of mistreatment or disrespect of black men, you always see people beating around the bush about the reality of it. And the reality of it all is that black men feel disrespected. And most of them are not on videos making TikTok videos talking about their experience. You have a few of them that are doing it, but most men have just sort of given up. Now, let's talk about this in the United States, and I've seen this. I can tell you that you have black men in the United States who feel like, okay, well, let me not even, you know, date black women anymore. I'm going to just go out and date white women now. And guess what? They will talk about you if you are dating white women. Okay? I'm not saying every black woman will talk about you, but they will talk about you if you're dating white women or Asian women or mulatto women. They'll say you're not strong enough to deal with a black woman. All right. What about other examples of guys who are considered desirable? Let's talk about Devon Franklin. You know, I cover stories all the time about situations like this. Devon Franklin was such a class act in dealing with Megan Good. Very, very much so a class act. He did, you know, he divorced her amicably. He was hurt over the situation. But, you know, as a man, he wanted to get out and explore, you know, some time with his friends and things like that. I sat there. I watched comments of black women call him gay in the comment section on the Shade Room. I saw them call all his friends gay. I seen Michael B. Jordan, who's also a desirable man, according to a lot of women, who got completely obliterated by the fan base of Lori B. Harvey, talking about the man crazy. And then at the same time, when he's dating this British white model now, they're also talking about him in a crazy way. And this is not all black women, but I have seen this. So if it's not like, you know, you're undesirable and get no respect, you can also be a desirable black man and get no respect. So I don't know really what the brother's goal is. Maybe I need to reach out to the brother and have a one-on-one interview if I get some time, because the brother seemed to once understand what was going on with a lot of black men, and black men are not perfect, but at the same time, I just don't know what's going on with the brother, and hopefully he can reach out to me and maybe explain what may be happening with his content strategy, because I don't dislike the guy at all. I mean, I've worked with the guy before, but guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.